Hello.
Mastermind.
How are we doing, Abby?
We're doing all right. We
Hello,
are
civilians. How are you all doing? Hey, there's Jacqueline,
Jacqueline.
Michael.
Hi, Nahilo. Peace, 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 fam.
Rondo,
Rondos
old
and
man.
those. Oh,
I'd wave
old
at
man
y'all in
Barker.
chat, but
Hi, old
I,
man
I got
Barker.
stuff to do.
Better half is here.
She's actually in the car. She's going to pick up Better Quarter Hour.
Better quarter hour. I love that. Black Life is here. Man in the ship over there. Thank you, Black Life, for your all you do. Um, yeah. Are they playing with us, Mastermind? What is going on?
I cannot believe what I'm seeing, even though I'm seeing it in 3D and 4K. And then we found out that, well, we'll get into that about the guy that popped off on Trump. But even before I knew that crap, I'm still dubious about the first crack. So
We have a new guest,
we'll see.
Sakuoto. I hope I'm saying that right.
Sakudo.
Oh, Sakudo.
I don't know. Could be.
Could be.
Could be.
Sakuoto.
Let us know if we're wrong.
Right. But welcome. Welcome.
All civilians are welcome for the discourse.
Rondo says he thinks Watch the Party Die copyright is open. So first I want to talk about the Chase
glitch. Yeah, right.
Glitch. Okay, we're close enough.
Well, good. That's about as close as I'm going to get anyway.
Chase glitch, man. Oh man.
Yeah.
I find it to be. Well, let's talk about what the glitch actually is.
Yeah, please let me know, because as far as I could get out of this was just a bunch of dumbasses falling for a, hey, let's go commit check fraud on TikTok. So, I could see where Chase is going to go after these people for sure.
It was an actual glitch though, because
what was
generally you turn in you cash a check. They make a certain amount of it available to you, and they don't make the entire check available until it actually clears.
Right. They may have to wait 3 days or some crap.
Well, the glitch was the entire check cleared when you deposit
immediately.
Okay. And then you could just immediately take it out. So that was the glitch. All right. Now, someone on Fortran mentioned this, and somehow it made its way to TikTok. I mean, not somehow.
Right.
Of course, it's gonna. Okay, it happened on Friday, the Friday before Labor Day. So the banks were closing and weren't opening until Tuesday. So you had a 3-day weekend to just keep
go ham.
Yeah, just keep depositing checks into the ATM, and it's automatically available to you. So, you can't hear me? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So people were like $20,000, like they went crazy.
I was reading people were pulling out money and then throwing it in the air like a Bugs Bunny cartoon or something. Like, it's still money, dude. If you're going to steal it, at least put it in your damn pocket.
Jacqueline, we're going to talk about that. I know, like, at least put it in a safe at your house or something. Like, don't go waste money.
The way this economy is going, though, I can't remember what country it was. I think it was in South America, but they have money just laying in the gutters because the script is worthless now. The hyperinflation's so bad that they're just throwing dollar bills in the street like it's, candy wrappers.
Yeah, like pennies. We'll get there soon enough.
Yeah,
Bad Cookies is here.
cookies.
He says Fortran. Well, I was saying Fortran. And that Fortran is a
Computer
computer code.
language.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I was like, I couldn't find the word, so that was my sign language word. 4chan. The place is full of nerds. Speaking of, I need to check my 4chan account real quick. Be right back.
Yes.
All right, nerd.
Fortran is not a K-pop LGBTQ group.
I'm dressed like I'm ready to go to church. You know what? It's freezing cold in this house, so that's why I'm dressed like that.
I put on the golfing shirt today, so in honor of Trump's second attempt.
My sweater's all furry and fluffy. So yeah, like they're going. Chase already said they're going after these people. Of course they are.
Well, of course, they're going to get their money back.
But my thing is, why did this glitch occur on a Friday before Labor Day weekend? You know people are desperate. Like, are you trying to fill the prisons? Because the rate of crime is going down. Like, are you trying to put people in jail?
And the thing is it was on TikTok. It was on social media. So nobody in the entire Chase organization umbrella caught any wind of this before. No, they let this ride on purpose.
Right. Nobody was on social media and was like, wait a minute, I work for Chase. Let me call corporate or at least my manager. Like, nothing.
Well, maybe they went and put on a ski mask and ran to the ATM and then came home and called the manager. We get my Christmas bonus first.
Snorky's here. Hi, Snorky.
Snork.
There have already been arrests, he says.
Well, and that's the thing too, is these people pull out $100,000 and they got a pot to piss in. If they had any money, they wouldn't be trying to steal money from an ATM. So now they're going to try and sue these people who have a net worth of $5,000. They're going to try and sue them for the $100,000 they got out of the ATM. Well,
and then what's also interesting?
But
what's also interesting in this glitch is not only did you could deposit as much as you want, you could have taken out. You know how they have a limit, like $500, unless you call and up the limit.
Or has to wait 3 days for it to clear before they actually put it in there.
Well, I'm saying to take money out of your account.
Oh, right.
You know how it usually has like a $500 limit or something like that?
I think mine's $3.
Yeah, like you could set it yourself, but I think 500 is like the most they usually. I think mine is 4 or 5.
I need to call my bank.
But you can call your bank and have them up the limit if you need to, and then have it taken back down. Well, that limit was that they could just take whatever they wanted to. I'm just like, this is too easy.
Right. Yeah.
This is suspect.
That's some smells like a hacker somewhere. If it's internal or external, somebody flipped a switch on purpose, I think.
Say it was a hacker. Let's just say, for shits and giggles, it was a hacker. How could they not catch this for the entire weekend?
That's where I find it suspicious. That's why I said might have been internal, could have been an inside job. For what reason? I don't know. I like your idea of filling up prisons, though. That's always a for-profit industry. I guess that makes as much sense as anything.
And then if you create felons, the felons can't vote. In some states, depending on how much you take out, it's a misdemeanor.
Right.
But in some states, it's a felony. Yeah, I did that.
Well, and that's why they upped the cap, because they didn't want to have to bust a bunch of $500 misdemeanors here and there. They wanted to really rake in some big fish.
hmm I
Gets them in
mean,
there for a couple
people,
years.
20K and up is what people were taking out. I was like, okay, first of all, something's wrong with our education system. If you think you can get away with this and still be free.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If somebody on TikTok tells you to commit check fraud and you do it, that's as much on you as it is on them.
I mean, did no one explain this to you? Well, they don't really speak on finances in high school.
No, that's I will be really interested to see the breakdown of the ages of the people they arrest for this. If it's a bunch of 18-year-old millennials or if it's a bunch of, people closer to my age. I would hope it wasn't. It wouldn't
Can't be
surprise
people
me.
close to your age.
It wouldn't surprise me though. People are desperate as F.
Mm.
I'm not going to swear for the first 15 minutes just so I'm trying, but
The algorithm.
right. But I'm sure it'll be, if I could do 15 minutes without swearing, I consider it a good day.
That is true. Millennials aren't 18. I'm a millennial. I think I'm a millennial. I think you're talking about Gen Z.
Yeah, what is
Gen Z's.
That's you.
yeah.
I'm a Gen Z?
Yep.
I don't remember.
I do because I just looked at it.
Can you pull it up?
Maybe.
Yeah, I guess
Maybe,
it
are they
goes
Gen
X
Z?
millennials. Millennials are actually Gen Y, I guess, if they weren't called millennials. So X millennials, Z, right? So what are they going to do after Z?
M?
Generation M?
I'm thinking of I was thinking of Roman numerals.
Oh, right.
M is like 1,000 in Roman. I forget.
M is a millennium. Yeah.
Here, look.
You can share it.
Yeah. M would be 1,000, C's 100, L's 50.
Michael said it'll be Generation Alpha.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. Like,
Oh, great. So then the next generation gets to be Generation Beta.
right? I think that's funny because I can't see that. I have to look over here. Can you show me on yours? Builder 71 plus. There's something called Generation Builder.
If you're 71 or older.
I thought that was Generation Zero.
That's the greatest generation. They name themselves.
Yeah.
Then
The boomers.
The greatest generation's no better than the chosen ones. If you're gonna if you've got delusions of self-grandeur where you're gonna call yourself the greatest generation or the chosen people, you really need a long, hard look in the mirror. Real hard look in the mirror.
Exactly.
Hey, kids in the house.
Children.
Kid? Lizard.
Uh-huh. Oh, those are gators.
Children.
Gators.
That's
I
a
love
joke.
children.
Okay. Look, children under 15. Okay, you can take it down. Lens, what's happening? You came just in time because we're about to talk about, what's up for dinner? Us, the American people.
Right. Throw another cat on the Barbie. Oi, throw another cat on the Barbie. No, that one's Scottish in a heartbeat. Sorry, guys.
Totally. Before we do that, you want to show your new beard jewelry?
Oh, my face. I got face jewelry.
I totally thought that was shade, but it's not.
So, well, and this is just a test one. Obviously, it was too small, so now I'm going to have to get 2 more. So, they don't make these for manly beards. They make these for wispy beards. I should have gotten the Viking one instead of the Scottish Celtic rune. I should have went with the big leather one.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting fussed at because I'm doing Black Life's job.
They took her jibs. They took her jibs.
Oh, okay. So enough of this check fraud. I hope they come out on the other end, because they're gonna have to do time, and they're gonna be in more debt because they're gonna have to pay that stuff back. So
Yeah. And I think there was quite a few people that did this. I mean, it went,
thanks for popping in, kid.
hey, Kit, be good.
We know he's busy. He probably has to prep for his
Oh,
show in
yeah.
the morning.
Oh, yeah. He's an Iron Man. Yeah, he was on Tin Rabbit. He did 2 hours on his show, turned around and did 2.5 hours on ours. So I owe him a big one for that.
That's
But
awesome.
I think there was I'm really interested to see the number of people that tried this glitch life hack, money hack thing, because I think it was a pretty significant number of, I saw pictures of people like lining up waiting to use the ATM, which, yeah. So we'll see. They're probably going to have to do some sort of group, not amnesty, but some sort of, I don't think they're going to be able to get, even if they did go after everybody individually, they'll never recoup the money. They'll never get that back.
I mean,
They'll
that's
put-
water.
just
That's
tack it
water
on your
under the
debt.
bridge. Yeah.
Well, they'll just print more anyway. I don't care what, I don't understand. I think that might be what, they're just printing money. I'll just go get some of mine. You know, they're printing it for Israel. They're printing it for Ukraine. Maybe they'll just print it for my ATM machine.
Mm-hmm. And then with the facial recognition these days, good luck.
Yeah.
You can't
Right.
claim that your card got stolen or this and that. I mean, there's a camera at every ATM. Like,
Well, and that's what I would figure at least somebody would wear a surgical mask. No, they're all up there laughing and smiling. People throwing cash up in the air like it's, you know.
they were getting on TikTok bragging about how much money they got, and I'm like, okay, you know what you remind me of? What's that guy who's that rapper is I don't know if the case is over yet. Young
Thug.
YSJ or Young Thug, is it?
Young Thug.
Anybody with a young or little in front of their name, I'm not listening to him. But Young Thug, he was at trial for a RICO case.
He's still in trouble.
He's still at trial. I was
And
watching.
somebody just got murdered that was involved in it.
Oh my gosh, I was watching the trial, and
Not murdered. Died mysteriously.
okay, the plaintiff, which is the state or the federal government rather, their whole case was pulling up YouTube videos. I'm like, you guys just read it you snitched on yourselves.
Mhm.
Thank you, Rondo. I knew there was a YSL. I think YSL is the name of the gang, but his name is Young Thug. I think that's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yes.
My advice for young rappers, don't do that. Look to old white guys like Kid Rock and how ridiculous his name is now. So, yeah, think ahead. You know, unless you want your career to only last 16 months, then maybe you want to think about not using young or little or shit. Even
know what's
Chris Cross
crazy?
was at least thinking ahead.
Can I say something?
Hold on one second. Rondo, if it's not a gang, can you just give me a little info? Go ahead.
I was just gonna. I lost.
She lost it. What's the
So it's
drug?
It's YSL. See, that all I know is you saying it
That's Young
LaRon.
Slime.
And that's
Young Slime.
ah.
I learned that from my students.
YSL means Young Sly.
Young Slime League or something. It's Young Slime. I know that.
Slime.
Slime, like Nickelodeon slime the shit out you.
Okay.
Somehow my students used to use the word slime as though it was something cool, like, you know, and it was associated with this group, this YSL shit.
I guess that's fire. Did I use that right?
It is a good thing.
Yeah, I'm too old. I don't know. It can be cool and be fire at the same time.
I think the is it show?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I think the word you're looking for is lit.
Ah, lit. Lit.
Mhm.
That fire is lit. Is that?
No,
Ooh, that actually
like
kind
it's,
of makes sense.
like it's lit.
Yeah, it's fire.
Yeah,
Lit
but
the fire.
right. But fire is what we would. That's like an old slang.
Yeah. Well, not as old
Now
as
it's lit.
mine would be cool. It's a complete opposite of fire. Mine's cool. So
Mm, okay.
I've really shown my age now.
Young stoner slime light. Oh, so the S is like is
Double
dual.
S.
It's like a dual S. Young stoner slime life. How you know all this, Rondo? Because you our age.
I knew it. I knew it was slime life.
Jesus fucking Christ. Us old people trying to figure out the lingo. It's hilarious to me.
Yeah. Well, and then it just that's even when they were, back in the 50s when they came up with cool and everybody thought that was goofy. It's just gone downhill ever since. At least those were adjectives. Now they just make up words. They just make up syllables.
Well,
they grew up on sound effects.
Black Life, can you put that back up?
I mean, I just figured out like a couple months ago that Riz was short for charisma. So I guess that one kind of makes sense.
Real?
Yeah, you got the Riz. He's got charisma.
I did not know that. I've seen it and I'm like, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah.
So
Black
Life says, what's up with taking insurance policies out on those young rappers? So
sounds like a Diddy move.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
A Diddy move.
Because
but Diddy is not the one that was actually doing
it. I'm glad you mentioned that. We are going to get to this second attempt on Trump's life. We are. But
don't make me wear a golf shirt for nothing.
Right. But I saw someone was talking about how the rap industry, which is not controlled by us, I'm not gonna say who it's controlled by, but you know what I'm getting at.
Some fools.
So they take out, first of all, they gatekeep the kind of music that's coming out. So all the music that is coming out is over sexualizing women, either doing drugs, promoting drugs, or doing drugs, criminal activity, murdering your own people. And so they get paid off of the music. Then they take off, they pick young rappers in these communities that have beef. Like they do their research.
Oh, yeah.
They already have beef with each other just naturally. They blow them up on purpose because they could just take any op and blow them up and act like what they do is they'll act like the person came up. They already have a deal, but they'll market it as if they came up on their own, like
on
YouTube, and they have all this fame on their own. But no, it's y'all like buying views for them and blowing them up on purpose.
Yeah, that hasn't happened since Justin Bieber, and even then, I don't know if that was actually that might have been the same deal.
Well, Justin Bieber, he was
molested. He was molested on video.
We're gonna go back a little bit before that, but yeah,
he was discovered by Usher.
Did y'all see that?
Is what I'm saying. Like it wasn't a marketing tool where like he came out as Usher discovered him, period. So everybody was hype about him.
Right. Well, that was the story. What I'm saying is, did Usher actually see a video on YouTube, or was it Usher's label that said, hey, push this? Hey, here, talk about this kid.
Was it them that was going to say, hey, Usher, you discovered him? Okay,
right.
now run with it. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yes. So, getting back to my point, They take out life insurance policies on them, and then and these are kids who don't need all this money. Hey, Sean, because they don't know what to do with it. And they just continue their criminal activity. They talk shit about each other, and then they really mean it. And people die. So either they die or they go to prison. So every aspect of money making is the higher ups, the elites are making money off the pharmaceuticals, off the prison industrial complex, or the life insurance. Did I miss anything?
Those are pretty big chunks. Those are pretty big chunks.
Yeah.
Or sex trafficking.
Oh, and the music industry. So off the music, they're making money off the music. Yeah. Anyway, let's get into this assassination.
Right.
Are you ready?
Somebody's taking pot shots at the big orange guy again.
So this is my first impression. Okay, I'm gonna give you my first impression. You give me your first impression, and then we're gonna play some videos and see if it changes your mind at all.
Very good.
So my first impression I posted on X was, okay, so you mean to tell me that the Secret Service could see a barrel of a gun in a bush, but could not see a
300 yards away, from 300 to 500 yards away,
but
5 football fields away.
Right, but that's 300. That's
500 yards. 5 football fields, 500 yards. Football yard, 100 yards. Football, 50 to 50. Yeah.
A football field is 100 yards.
Oh, it's 120 if you count the end zones.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, you go from the 1 yard line to the 50 and then back to the 1.
Oh, that's right. See, you can see I don't really pay attention.
Play football. Yeah, I had to do enough wind
500
sprints that I
yards
know exactly
away.
how many steps it takes to get to the 50.
You play football?
Oh yeah, I played. Wildcats. I was a Wildcat. High school.
No.
I
What was
didn't play
your
college.
position?
Position? I see. My high school, we had 50 kids in the graduating class, so we didn't have a whole lot of kids. So I got to play varsity as a freshman.
Come on back, Rondo. Sorry.
And I played Ironman, so I played nose guard and I played center. I played offense and defense.
Oh, interesting. So you were in the whole game.
Damn right. And I started every game that
You were
season
tired.
too. And I was starting as a freshman. I was starting in front of juniors on varsity. I was a little stud at one point, but that was many, many moons ago.
Okay, so 500 yards away, they saw a barrel of a gun in a bush.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't know the yardage.
3 to 5. I don't know. They weren't really specific.
Still, that
But
makes
still,
it
it's
even more
fields.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
So you can see that, but you can't see Spider-Man scaling a building.
Well,
And how many yards away was that? It wasn't
and
very far.
when I first heard about it, they said that he took a shot at Trump, and now I'm not even sure that he got a shot off. Now they're just saying they saw the guy and walked up to him, and then
Yeah, I
started
thought
popping off
they
at him.
just saw the barrel of the gun or something. And
Right. So we're never going to get the real story.
Interesting. Okay, before we go into that part, can we talk about how Trump's ear just magically rejuvenated
Healed?
itself?
Yeah,
It's
he's got
like-
some really good plastic surgeons make that scar just completely disappear.
Or some really good genes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like almost 80, and so what? They just like built it.
No, if
There's no way your ear gets
if I
nicked.
scratch my hand, it takes 2 weeks for that to heal. At least 2 weeks
Exactly.
now. And you know, as a kid, yeah, I probably 3 or 4 days I could get away with it, but yeah, not
Right.
now.
The older you get, the longer it takes things to heal. And you mean to tell me he just, even if it is plastic surgery, that has to heal.
Right.
He,
Yeah.
he
Unless
just has
they're
a full ear now.
Unless they're giving him that magic chrome cocktail. I'm not sure what it's called. It's some Adrena something. I'm not going to say it all in one word, so screw you two.
Y'all have a Chuck E. Cheese where you live?
Oh yeah. Well, we have one here. When it was where I grew up, it was, what was it called? Showbiz Pizza, but it was the same thing as Chuck E. Cheese.
I remember
And
something.
and I think one of them bought the other, and they just took over the animatronics and put a mouse over the
Do y'all
bear's
have
head.
Gaddy Town?
What?
Gaddy Town, like Mr. Gaddy's in
Oh,
Austin.
Mr. Gaddy's, yeah.
In Austin,
That's
they have
old.
Gaddy Town, and it's like a theme park type thing with Mr. Gaddy's Pizza at the center.
I remember Mr. Gaddy's Pizza when I was
Never
young.
heard of it.
Never
We
heard
have
of
it
it.
here.
That's a South thing.
It must be a Southern thing. But anyway, so this is a 10-minute clip. Excuse me. Soccer is like piano?
Yep, that's what I heard.
You can play soccer, you can learn any sport.
Yep.
Oh, right.
That's what I heard.
I don't know,
Like,
man.
not only learn it, but you can play it.
I'd like to see a soccer player
Interesting.
hit a fastball at 100 mile an hour.
It happened.
Hi, Wolf.
Steve's in the house. Hey, Steve.
So, all right, this is a 10-minute clip. This is the guy that they arrested. I have 3 clips, by the way. They're
Okay.
all kind of long, but I think they're worth a listen to just get an idea of what's going on.
It's the subject
you-
matter.
Yep, so you could just holler out and I'll pause it at any time.
It's fresh enough that I'm sure there's somebody in chat that hasn't seen one or all of these.
So this guy
I'm sure
is,
I'm one of them.
yeah, at this time he's in Ukraine. What I love this shirt.
Oh, geez. He looks stable. Nothing wrong with this guy.
And he's been it's in the eyes. It's in the eyes.
And I've seen pictures of this guy like in Washington, D.C., suit and tie and hair normal and not looking like he just rolled off the back of a freight train.
Yeah, I have pictures of that too. He doesn't. He looks way more normal than like here. He looks like, what's going on, bro? Like, okay, he has
Looks like
one
Roger
side
Waters
blue.
after a bad acid trip.
I can't unsee it now. He really does, doesn't he? Oh, Golden Monarch. He looks like Mastermind out.
Yeah, I still got the brown on top, so I've got a ways to go yet before I get that way.
You know what, Golden Monarch? The other videos, I was like, he kind of looks like Mastermind.
Oh, great.
Not this one though. He's been doing this stuff for years, talking to himself on Facebook. Yeah, they okay. First of all, hello Cobra and Golden Monarch. Good to see you here. And then secondly, I have a video
I was born in Germany, so they are famous for separating twins and shit like that. So you never know.
That is true. I do have a video of I don't know how people have time to do all of this with having jobs and stuff, but bless them. Rondo's friend actually, Cancel Clothing, I forget his handle. People started scouring social media before they took everything down. So we do have some stuff, which I will show you. But first, let me let you listen to this guy. So here we go.
Please tell me who you are and why are you here?
I'm 56 from the U.S. From North Carolina originally, so live in Hawaii now. So flew all the way from Hawaii here. So
And boy, are my
questions
arms
flying
tired.
Here, to me, you know, a lot of the other conflicts are gray, but this conflict is definitely black and white. This is about good versus evil. This is a storybook, you know, any movie we've ever watched, this is definitely evil against good. I mean, we're battling a situation here where, you know, the Ukrainians and the rest of the world are caring and kind and generous and unselfish and take care of one another. And it's just a matter of, you know, we need to stand up for that. That is the most important thing in the world, is just to show human beings that we're kind and we're caring and that we take care of one another and that the world is united so that we feed each other and make sure that, you know, we all move forward as one collective whole unit. So
If Hillary Clinton
feel
can
the
call
pain of
people Putin
one
puppets, I'm
country's
calling this
failure
guy a
and
Rachel
conflicts.
Maddow puppet.
We enjoy the successes of other countries that are doing good, and we all work together. And for some reason, Russia does not grasp this concept that we're all one unit, and we have to get along and work together and
This guy's a defective
be
unit.
normal human beings. This is 2022. We have to work together. It seems asinine that we have a leader in a country that does not understand the
Okay, 2022. And then he keeps saying we, and I'm like, what? Who is we? European countries? What? This is what I'm first thinking. I'm like, do you mean we as in white people? Like, well, who is we?
He's got to be we as
all have to work
Democrats.
as one
I don't
unit.
know.
I don't know what he's talking about. So
I don't think the spirit of cooperation includes sniper rifles. I don't know that. That's not how you get unity.
mm,
of
Hmm.
being unselfish and being generous and being kind and just the basic moral values that are required by human beings these days.
like
Blows
killing,
my mind.
like sniping somebody.
And
Yeah.
what are you doing here in Ukraine?
My initial goal was to come and fight.
The cognitive dissonance
Everybody
is
around the
palpable.
globe should be motivated to come here and support the Ukrainians and support the army, no matter what gender, age, anything. Everybody should be here supporting the army. But I'm 56, so initially they were like, "Well, I have no military experience," so they're like, "You're not an ideal candidate." So they said,
Like they're not taking 56-year-olds.
So plan B, we're
Right.
gonna come here to Kyiv.
The entire army is over 43 at this point.
You know, we need thousands and thousands and thousands of people here fighting with the Ukrainians. We need, you know, we've got 190 countries around the world, and we need thousands from all of them. If the governments will not send their official military, then we civilians have to pick up the torch and make this thing happen. And we've gotten some wonderful people here, but it's a small fraction of the number that should be here. If we have 5,000, you know, to 10,000 people here fighting, you know, that is just a minuscule.
That's only
amount
2
of the
months
5
worth of
million
cannon
people
fodder.
on the globe. You know, we need everyone here fighting. That's why I'm in Kyiv. So every project that I promote is about getting people here to support the Ukrainians. We were at a critical juncture in this war where we were sitting.
What's up with his hands?
Well,
You see that?
He's motioning, but it's like stop motion.
Maybe he has vitiligo or something.
Yeah, no, he's definitely has, and I didn't realize that his hair is split right down the middle, black and white.
Yeah, it's blue and
Yeah, this he's definitely a card short of a full deck.
You know, Newsweek.
Yeah, right?
well,
He made it to Ukraine on his own, so
it's Romania Newsweek.
It's still Newsweek.
It's still Newsweek.
It's still Newsweek. That wasn't Jesus. Tap that.
right.
We need everybody there's 100 whatever, how many countries he said, 196.
Right.
I don't know. Why would Africa and Asia, why would they go over there? What would be their purpose? Did you come to Libya?
Right? Yeah.
Did you go to the Congo right now? Have you ever been to Sudan, Rwanda? Why would they go over there to fight?
But the problem is that Rachel Maddow didn't tell him about the Congo, so he doesn't know anything about the Congo. All he knows about is Ukraine because that's the only thing that MSNBC talks about.
Mm,
Right there.
that's a good point. And lesbian Chris Matthews.
Yeah.
No, is it Chris Hayes or Chris? I get those two confused.
I can't tell the difference either.
Well, basically, it's Rachel Maddows. I think they're the same person.
Right?
I think that's her doppelganger.
Sitting on the fence as far as whether good or evil is going to win. You know, right now we're looking at a situation where the world is waning and it's thinking that this is important or not. And we're at a point where, you know,
He does. He's got chimpanzee hands.
For human rights.
Like those ape. He's got ape hands.
That is good with the world.
I
Or we're
told
just
you.
going to ignore it. You know, if everybody is complacent and doesn't join this fight, then guess who's going to win? It might take 10 years, but we're going to lose this battle if everyone around the globe does not stop what they're doing, get off the couch, and come to Ukraine and defend the human rights of everyone around
Hey,
the world.
John.
This is the
This
most
guy's so
important thing
far
going on in
gone.
the world today. So sitting around and letting life go on as
John.
normal and complaining about gas prices and complaining about, you know, your luxury life in whatever country you live in.
This bastard lives in Hawaii, by the
As
way.
human beings, we must support
Right.
each other. We cannot turn our backs on anyone around the world and expect the problem to go away. So I've been dealing with Russia for my entire life. You know,
What have you
We had
been
one period
doing?
where it was okay? But
Yeah, what's
now
your
we might
job?
Slip back into terrorism. So it's just the world needs to respond. You know, why world leaders are not sending military.
All right,
You know,
all right, all
we're gonna
right.
have to elect new leaders the next go around that have a backbone and that, you know, have the fortitude to say, hey, we're not going to tolerate this type of behavior. This type of behavior is unacceptable anywhere, any place. You know, so it's totally unacceptable. And why people are not responding, I do not know.
What impressed you the most since you are here?
My trip to Irpin was pretty emotional. So, you know, going and seeing the buildings
You
that were
condemn
burned
mouse and squirrel.
and destroyed and things of that nature. I think more emotional for me is just talking to the guys that have come here. You know, when you talk to a 20-year-old guy that sold everything he owns to come here to fight
Oh, don't cry.
terrorism, you know, he's coming here to risk his life for humanity. The Ukrainians, you know,
Cue the
guys
music.
sell everything they own.
Cue the music.
And support the Ukrainians while others sit at home and do nothing. You know, it's totally mind-blowing how we have this divide of people that are selfless and courageous and wonderful and willing to sell everything they own.
Oh
to
my
come here
God.
and
I just
support,
realized it's RFK
you know,
Jr. before
to
the
keep people
voice
from getting
wobble.
killed, to shelter
Oh.
kids and protect Ukrainians and others that just, you know, want to
It's
sit at home
RFK
and not.
without the
It's
voice
just-
wobble.
You know, it's an indictment of our entire
That's who we
human
wanna be.
society to say, hey, you know, where do we stand?
Want to be?
Do we stand for good,
Get together.
or do we just not care? I mean, does the world not care? That's the feeling that I wrestle with every day in my interactions with everybody. You know, every one of us is responsible for the outcome of this war. Every one of
And
us.
this guy can
You know,
completely
by our
ignore
actions and what
Gaza.
we do.
He can
And, you know,
completely
when I
ignore Gaza
call
and
back
talk
You're
about the
responsible.
tragedy.
$5 so I can, you know, put enough money together to get a vest for a Ukrainian and I get no response. I'm like, I'm not
you need
sure
$5.
that the world is as wonderful as I once thought it was. I had thought that everyone
He thought the world was wonderful before Ukraine war.
Wow, he went out into traffic trying to get $5. He didn't bring his squeegee and his spray bottle. That was the problem.
He doesn't have fingernails.
Yeah, this is. I don't think
Going
this
on with
guy's
his
real.
hands?
If I'm gonna go Tin Rabbit, this guy isn't real. I don't think he's real. I mean, look at that finger. He looks like an
What
AI.
shit is that? Is that a finger?
Is-
What we know as a finger. Is it?
Yeah, just keep looking at his hands. It's weird. It's really weird. And you're responsible, Mastermind.
I know.
I'm
I
responsible.
did. I know.
Personally.
No, it's just me. I'm personally responsible for all of it.
Yeah, it's just you. We'll put it on you.
Yeah, I got big shoulders.
And this dude made it to Newsweek.
I respond, very generously and unselfishly, and you don't have to come, but if I ask for $5
Don't
to buy
come.
a vest
Don't
to save a Ukrainian
come.
life, it seems like that
Do
would be a
not come.
no-brainer. But I increasingly get more disappointed in
Cobra
humanity,
said it's
and I'm beginning
Charles
to question
Manson
whether or
levels
not
of
we're going to end up on
insanity.
the right side of this equation.
Right?
So
I
you
hope he
are
holds that
working
hand
with
up
the
again. I figured
International
out where his
Legion,
finger,
Yeah.
seen that finger
and
from.
you are trying to convince people to help, to donate, and to
Oh, too
join.
fast.
Yeah.
My final question
Has he
is:
got a shiner
what
there?
would
It looks
you
like somebody
say
popped him.
That's what I thought.
to the people in order to convince them to join the International Legion or to donate for it or to be involved in the humanitarian aid to Ukraine?
Right. It's just extremely important, the whole thing. As far as joining the military, yes, if you have some military experience or know people with military experience, encouraging them to come and fight. We have units all over the place. So, there were some leadership issues initially, but we've
So he
got
does
so
have a
many units
fingernail.
available to us: Georgian, Crimean, Ukrainian, Territorial Defense, Foreign Legion. We have, so many paramilitary groups. I put a 74-year-old Japanese guy in a unit. So, we have girls in
And he's
units.
proud of it.
So we
Wait,
have
wait,
two
wait.
girls in the unit.
Wait, they wouldn't take him because he's 56, but he could put a 72-year-old Japanese. And why are you acting like you have so much control over what's going on in the war? Like, are you in the room with Zelensky? Like,
He's
what?
proud of it. Yeah, I got this mentally handicapped 13-year-old Indian girl. I got her in there too, and the 79-year-old Japanese guy with one leg, and they're out there fighting. They wouldn't take me, but those, yeah, they're good with them.
I'm glad you mentioned girl, because he's saying he speaks of men, and he's like, oh, we'll take girls too. And I'm like, wait, you mean women?
No, they have no use for women. Sorry, that was wrong. But next time he holds up his finger, I recognize. Have you ever seen the movie Fifth Element?
Yes.
And the big roly-poly aliens come out, and he has a finger, and the little key pops out of the finger. Keep that in mind next time you see his hand. Tell me if you're not expecting a key to pop out of that
Oh
finger.
my gosh. This guy's been homeless at some point.
Well, yeah, of course, he lives on the beach in Hawaii. No, this dude's actually got cash, though. That's the thing. He, works in Washington, D.C. and crap.
Yep, we'll get into that.
Yeah, he flew his own ass to Ukraine. Nobody paid for him to go over there. He's on his own dime. Supposedly an interested civilian.
Maybe.
Yeah, right.
We'll see. Okay.
So any gender, any age, any skill level to no skill level. But yeah, if you want to fight, come here and see me, and I'll put you in a unit so you can go fight. But regardless of that, we should have thousands upon thousands of people standing here with the Ukrainians. This Maiden Square, Independence Square, we should have millions of people in this square, filling the square from every country around the world. And while we don't, I don't understand. I'm here every day with all the flags from all the supporting countries, with the memorials for the people.
Good point, Nahilo.
And, I've had several people come, but just a handful, So it blows my mind that I'm standing here alone without
Yeah, I'm waiting
thousands
for
of
the key to
people from
come
every
out.
country, from Asia, from Africa, from Australia, from Canada, from everywhere in South America, every place.
Why would we? Why from Asia and Africa and South America? When
It sounded like Ali Sheedy from Breakfast Club. I could go wherever I want. I could go to India, Afghanistan, Africa, Afghanistan. It's just pulling countries out of his butt.
It's only 45 seconds left, so let's endure it. But why would he think all of us are going to come to support Ukraine, this obscure country?
He wants you to fight for Monsanto.
And BlackRock. Vanguard.
Yeah, Europe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Europe, everywhere. We need everybody here. You know, if you have no skills, just come. You know, we need to be cheerleaders. Just being here and saying, hey, I support the Ukrainians and I support human rights and I support good and generosity and caring and kindness
Yeah.
and altruism.
From the end of a rifle.
You know, we need to show the world that we care, and it's essential. You know, if you don't do any work at all, just being here and supporting and showing them that we care for our fellow human beings is
So come there. If you don't do any work at all, just to show your face. Let me get a ticket right now. What does he want? A parade, a protest? What? Oh my
the
God.
most important thing we can do.
It's the most important thing we could do.
Yeah, he's
Just to show
Nut-
up.
nuttier than elephant shit.
Ah. Now you go.
I feel like the potential nuclear apocalypse is the most unnecessary wars of choice of all wars. Yeah, right. Well, and that's the thing is now that we got the green light. We gave Ukraine the green light to start lobbing missiles into the middle of Russia. That's no bueno.
Right.
That's not going to end well at all.
Hi, Grapentine. Grapentine's here. Mother
And,
Master. Wait, what do we call it? Mama Mastermind
Oh.
Hour.
Mother Mind Hour.
Mother Mind Hour is here. Hi, you missed the crazy.
Yeah, right. Chock full.
Oh my gosh, he was. So that's 2022. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. So, and then I just wanted to say to, it was someone, Golden Monarch. So Black Life had to walk out. That's why she hadn't responded to you. But I'll show her this when she comes back. So now we are going to get into. I gotta figure out which one.
Yeah,
to
that
play
that
first.
other one that I sent you, that's a little shorter, but he hits a lot of good point. He did the. I started doing research on this guy, and I saw this, and I was like, "Oh shit, he's done all the research already." But you know, it's,
So
like I said, it's still early.
Yep. So I'll play that one next, and then Nico House made a hotspot. So I'll play that one after this.
I haven't
one.
seen that one yet either, so that'll
You haven't seen that one? Okay.
we'll all discover together.
Okay. So here the dude doesn't look unhinged. So well, before I do that, can I just read what Jimmy Dore says?
Sure. Sure.
Because I got that clip from Jimmy Dore. So let's just go
Okay.
ahead and read it together. It
I'm not
says
familiar with this Jimmy Dore of which you speak, but please go ahead.
yeah, he, I digress.
Water under the bridge.
just
I'm good.
gonna read
I'm
it.
good.
Just gonna
I'm
read
good.
it.
I'm good.
Well, I'm still on the fence with him. I watch him, but
That's
I'm
good.
like,
Hey, I'm not gonna hold that. I watched him before I realized he was a complete piece of crap.
I
All my beef is
gives good
personal. It has
information.
nothing to do
Yeah,
with
your beef
his.
is personal.
I had nothing to do with his grifting or his politics or any of that crap. My beef is 100% personal.
I mean, he's selling gold and stuff, but so is Alex Jones. Alex Jones, like,
Hey,
Alex
when you
Jones
got
has good
four-
stuff to say
right.
sometimes, and sometimes I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Sometimes $4 million just isn't enough.
All right, so this is Donald Trump assassination attempt suspect Ryan Wesley Ralph, I think is how they pronounce it. He was interviewed by Newsweek Romania in 2022. He's a zealot for Ukraine war because he's been fully propagandized by corporate media to support the war. I mean, you agree with that. He has zero idea what the war is actually about. His mind is very childlike. It's a battle of good
Please
and
tell
evil.
me who you are
Wait,
and
wait.
why are you here?
Pause there.
56.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
It's a bad. He has zero idea of what the war is about. It's actually about. His mind is very childlike. It's a
No
battle
lies detected.
of good and evil, just like the corporate news told him. That's how propaganda works. That's why I warned TYT about pushing Russiagate. It would lead to a war and brainwash guys like this. He has no idea what the war is actually about. So when Trump and RFK say they want to end the war, he thinks the moral thing to do is assassinate Trump. This is the direct result of corporate news and independent news repeating pro-war CIA talking points uncritically. Nobody in corporate news will ask, where was he radicalized?
Yeah, they don't want to look in the mirror.
Because if you watch his video, it's clear he was radicalized by corporate news right here in the United States.
Yeah,
Now,
he's a Rachel Maddow puppet.
I
Maddow
take a-
puppet.
There's a bug in here. Okay, so with that being said,
It's not a bug, it's a feature.
well, I do sort of take up issue with this because, like, we don't know all the details yet, right? But I take up issue with this because once you go down the rabbit hole, is he propagandized or is he doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing?
Yeah, I think he's not. I think he is crazy, but I think he's just saying enough to still be an asset.
Hmm.
He's got just enough left on the ball that he can get pushed a direction.
Or is he doing what he's supposed to be doing because let's meet on the other side.
He's Lee Harvey Oswald from the Swampy Knoll.
Yeah, let's meet on the other side. How about that? So, I'm just gonna read this and then we can listen to it. Because my admin in here, so excuse me. So is this evidence that Trump assassin was a CIA asset? It's still early, don't jump to any conclusions.
I'm jumping.
Just out. No,
I'm jumping with both feet.
I'm jumping. Both feet
I'm
first.
pole vaulting.
Hold on 1 second. I gotta let
Yeah, I like this Ian Carroll.
light
He's
come
pretty.
through.
You good? Over?
Get out my face, please.
Ian Carroll and Rathbone are my new Walter Cronkite and Dan Rather.
So he says, I'm just out here doing the FBI's job for them because we all know Chris Wray. I don't know who Chris Wray is.
Christopher Wray is the head of the FBI.
No, Chris Wray.
That's the FBI.
Oh, busy prepping the cover up as we speak.
Right.
He's the head of the FBI.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's go
At the university, 30.
Start it over.
There we go.
Here we go. Because my admin left me.
So the new Trump assassin just dropped, and there's some spicy details already. Ryan Routh, very strange guy who's lived a very
Still
strange
fucked up
life.
hair.
And this time, the internet was wise and archived all of his socials as much as possible before the FBI took it all down. So here's some basics on what we know about him, and one really interesting rabbit hole about who he might be. Right off the bat, though, it's super early. This is all speculative. Take your time, pump the brakes. We're just digging through dirty laundry. We don't know what sticks yet. But this guy is a private American citizen who traveled to Ukraine on his own dime, to help recruit civilian soldiers to fight for Ukraine and Afghan special forces. He was like recruiting on his Facebook page. Here's an archive of all of his tweets that look pretty damn automated to me. They pretty much all look like this. In a past life in Hawaii, he apparently ran this company that made a single tiny home and a single Facebook page and never did anything else with it. Super weird. But I grabbed everyone that he followed on Twitter before they deleted it. He only followed 60. And right down at the bottom of that list, which I think indicates his first follow, is this girl named Sue Kim, who is ex-CIA, along with some other very interesting things. Now, again, reminder, this is just speculation, digging through Twitter dirt. Maybe this chick is just a wonderful, patriotic person. Who knows? But her account is private, meaning why does he follow her? I've been digging around, and one of my followers said that they found her in the people that follow him back. I have not been able to confirm that for myself because they took the account down. If you've got a video of the 1.2 thousand followers that followed him, that would be great to know. He said,
I bet you all
she
the
was at
money I
bottom
got
of
from
his
the chase
followed
glitch
list,
that's
meaning that she
that's
followed
a
him right when he made
pseudonym.
the account. That would make sense. See,
Ooh. Sorry.
I'm on mute. My
Okay.
bad. I was on mute. My bad. Say it again.
Oh, me? No, I was just
Yeah.
gonna say I'll bet every dollar I got from that chase glitch that Sue Kim is a pseudonym. That's not a real name. That name was given to her by the CIA.
Mm. I'm on mute because I'm eating. Okay, here we go.
of the 1.2 thousand followers that followed him, that would be great to know. He says that she was at the bottom of his followed list, meaning that she followed him right when he made the account. That would make sense, seeing as she's at the bottom of his following list of who he follows too. I mean, every asset needs a handler. And when you go through some of these other affiliations here, you get what is essentially the CIA training grounds at Johns Hopkins University. It explores the relationship between politics and the many kinds of military power, from the use of terror by small non-state groups to the threatened use of nuclear weapons. Its director is John McLaughlin, who is literally an ex-acting director of the CIA and ex-deputy director of the CIA, 3-decade career at the CIA. David is third on the list of people at the top of this institution at the university. 30-year career in Army Special Forces, various special operations, invading
sus.
various countries, as well as Operation Enduring Freedom.
Now we know who
You
he
get the
wants
idea.
to
And
get
it's
unity
Rand
with.
Corporation.
He wants
That's
to
a
bring all these
military-industrial
people
complex
together
think
for
tank,
unity.
kind of like the Atlantic Council. And LMI org, yeah, that's like a military-industrial complex education and training program as well. Preliminary findings on the internet when you search our homeboy, the shooter, show his arrest record, including in 2002 possession of weapons of mass destruction,
Not a handgun.
class F felony,
That's not a handgun.
along with 3 other blocks of things like possession of handguns or concealed weapons and driver's license stuff. And yeah, that sounds like some operative shit to me. But again, we don't know any of this yet. We're just digging through dirty laundry on the
I wonder
internet.
if
It's hard to tell what's
anthrax
real.
counts as a
But
weapon
this is
of
a
mass
photo of the
destruction.
weapon he used and the setup he had. People are speculating it looks an awful lot like, you know, Russian Ukrainian
Doesn't look
class
like an
of
AR.
rifle. He's doing these weird recruitment ops in Ukraine for civilians. Well, he's like posting on his Facebook all the time to like no followers about how he's recruiting hundreds of civilians to fight for Ukraine. Posting for like Afghan special forces to contact him so they can come fight in Ukraine. But he's like just a random citizen from Hawaii. And one of the 60 people he follows is this CIA gal that allegedly follows him back. That looks an awful lot like a handler or a contact. His account looks an awful lot like a bot or an MK Ultra or a Pato. Who knows what the hell this is? His criminal record looks an awful lot like what you might expect a kind of guy in this kind of line of work to leave behind. And then there's the weird video.
He doesn't
evidence
want to
getting
point one
turned
finger
up.
because then he'll have 3 fingers pointing
Officials in
back. So he
Kyiv
has to use the
simply
whole
aren't
hand.
interested in recruiting them.
Ukraine is reluctant to be cooperative.
That's Ryan Ruth, a U.S. citizen who set up the International Volunteer Center in Ukraine to help connect foreigners to Ukrainian military units.
Now I'm talking to over 100 soldiers every day, and pretty much everybody, all of my contacts in Ukraine, they were adamant, pretty much yelled at me every time that I suggested that we bring in Afghan.
The Ukrainian government didn't respond to our request for comment, but a source close to the officials in Kyiv told Semaphore that their top concern is the question of loyalty in the thick fog of war.
The biggest thing is spies. They're afraid that anybody and everybody is a Russian spy.
Shout out to some bitch I know on X, who currently has one of the best archives of all of his socials and accounts. There's a lot of other people doing good work right now. And again, I just want to clarify. I'm not trying to pretend like I've solved the case or like we know what's going on. We just have learned
Just
by
trying to
now
figure
that
stuff
the
out.
FBI is going to just cover everything up. And so it's up to us to try to dig everything out before they do. So that's what we're doing. And,
And
yes,
bless
it's
you.
ridiculous that that is even a set of sentences we have to say in 2024 when someone tries to kill the former and future president of the United States of America. And I mean, I can only imagine
He said
who
former
might be backing up these operations to
You
try
know
to
he's
shoot him,
voting for.
and who might be providing the intel
Exactly.
and the access and the cover-ups, etc. So last thing I'll say, Ryan Routh, he's currently in custody. He was driving away in an SUV. They caught him. He's alive for now.
Don't
And I
let
just
Jack
wanna
Ruby
remind us
anywhere
all,
near him.
Ryan Routh did not kill himself. If cameras malfunction outside of his cell, if he has a weird slipping accident, whatever happens, yeah, you know the story. 50 more days, my money's on at least one more attempt before we get there. So stay frosty, because the war machine desperately needs the wars to escalate, and they're not down with the MAGA Maha folks shutting down the wars. And they are ready to kill people, ready to assassinate, allegedly, apparently, theoretically, just jokingly, in order to
Covering your
perpetuate their
assily.
Okay.
So I had that same conversation with Better Half Hour before I saw this, like right after it happened, because I was always sus on the first one, the first ear pop.
Mhm.
And then on this one, I immediately went to that. Even before I knew anything about any of this, I was all my spidey senses were already tingling.
Mhm.
And I said to Better Half Hour, this is probably because of how bad he did in the debate, and Kamala was creeping up on him in the polls. And the October surprise, if he is still neck and neck with Kamala or a little behind in the polls, this time he's actually going to have to take a flesh wound. He's going to get shot in the leg so he can have a limp, and that will get him the sympathy that he needs to get him over the top.
Fucker could barely walk.
Okay.
That's my opinion. That's my theory.
No,
I have
no.
no
That's all
basis
we
on
have right
fact.
now.
No basis in fact, but it sure smells funny.
All we have right now are conspiracy theories, ideas, and opinions. That's all we have until we can learn more, and we won't really know well, we might not ever know. I think the MAGA crowd is confused into thinking that Trump is going to end these wars, because historically what happens is one group starts the wars, we vote the other group in because we don't like what's going on, what have you, but the other group is like, well, we're too far gone, we have to finish this thing. I don't think he's going to end the war.
I could see Trump getting out of Ukraine because he was never vested in Ukraine like Biden was and like Hunter was. They had a financial reason to be there, whereas Trump's vested interest is more in Israel. So he will not. Nobody's going to get out of Gaza, but maybe Ukraine. I don't know. He, as much as he hates Putin and likes to poke the Russia thing, I think that was all just political blustering. I don't think that he was ever really anti-Putin as much as he wants his people to think he's anti-Putin. I think Trump wants everybody to love him. That's why he went to go buddy up to Kim Jong-un.
So before I respond,
Writing love letters. We wrote the most magnificent love letters
in the world.
Yeah. Everybody knows.
Before I respond to you, I want to put this up because we aren't like, okay, Bad Cookie says he's totally voting for Trump. Okay, I totally never vote for either of them, but we're all on this network together. So I just wanted to point that out, that we don't have to agree.
I think that was sarcasm.
Oh, that was sarcasm?
That's why the hole in his head where his brain used to be part. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that one because I was like, I gotta respect this.
You never in life
Thank goodness.
take bad
because
cookies
it's both-
seriously. That's what I've learned in this short
Thank
amount of time.
goodness. I was like, oh,
Todd Smith, better half hour, still learning that lesson.
When I I just picked up on it,
he's
and I
not
was like,
being real. Just
I
roll
love
with
this
it.
flavor. I love some bad damn cookies.
Yes. Smokey Bear says only you can prevent Republican duopolies.
I guess I do. I was like, oh my gosh.
Look, you talking about got you.
Shot him, got him. Oh shoot. Okay.
Happy as
Thank
we
goodness.
full into the mode.
Thank goodness we're on the same page. I respect his pronouns.
If you believe cookies, I've got a bridge in Tel Aviv to sell you.
Oh my gosh! Now I forgot what I was gonna say about this guy because I'm laughing so hard. I forgot.
So
That's what I'm talking about, bad cookies.
I thought it was, I thought it was
How did you
interesting.
get Abby speechless?
Right?
Please teach me the secret.
Ooh, she said. Ooh.
I love it. It was great.
I think it's interesting that this Crooks guy and this guy both pop up in a BlackRock video. And Better Half say, well, BlackRock owns anything. I've never been in a BlackRock video. If I ever took a pop at anybody, nobody'd ever find me in a BlackRock video. So I think that's kind of
Right?
an interesting coincidence. I'm just happy that the oligarchs are starting to eat their own now.
That's great.
Great.
Oh my gosh, y'all are funny. Grape says if Trump,
Oh, sorry.
if Trump got a sex change, I would respect his pronouns too. You could put up Steve's now. One-legged, transsexual, communist Nazis for Trump. It's a thing. It sounds very
Right?
I did want
They
to.
call that special interest. That's a special interest
It was a
group.
special interest group. There's probably some real Bono. I can't see.
Bonapartism happening with the ruling class. A lot of vying for power and struggling to avoid the consequences of plans blowing up in faces.
Thank you. My eyes sometimes get a little. Whew. There was one.
I know we both.
I know. I need new glasses.
And Michael likes his 25-cent words too. So
Can you read this one? Because I can't.
Trump absolutely will pull out of Ukraine like he's ever, because they've already moved the CPU factory to here in Arizona. Ukraine has been industrialized. Yeah, no. My bottom line is Ukraine war was to cover up all of Fauci's biolabs, which I believe there were 8 or 9. There was more than just the one in China. And 2, that they want to put Ukraine in such debt that they can't pay it back, and they have to pay it back in land. So Monsanto is going to get all of the farmland and be the breadbasket of Europe. Those are my 2 biggies.
Yeah. So I don't. Cobra. I don't agree because there is a lot of money to be made in the rebuild of Ukraine. Like it's gonna be a lot of McDonald's and
Oh yeah.
like a lot of Bed Bath, a lot of stuff popping up over
Oh,
there.
you know BlackRock's going to get that,
Vanguard.
and what's the Cheney one? The oil pumpers. I can't think of it now. Halliburton. Yeah, you know who's going to be getting all those reconstruction contracts. I think Halliburton made $38 billion off of Afghanistan.
Mhm. Yeah, I just
Or was that Iraq? I don't know. They made a shitload of money.
it was Iraq. And probably Afghanistan as well,
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
But it started with Iraq.
He's not afraid to double dip.
I feel like Trump is a businessman, and presidents don't run the country any damn way.
No.
So
Well, who's been running the country since Kamala said she's going to run for president. We haven't seen Biden. The only time we've seen Biden was he was tricked into putting on a Trump hat. That's the only appearance that I've seen for what, last
Was
2
he
months?
tricked or was he being
Was that payback, being a petty bitch
was he
for
tricked? or
having
was he
Kamala
being-
kick him out? Yeah, he might vote Republican. Biden might vote Republican this year.
Oh, I think
I
got
would. I'm petty enough. I'd vote for Trump if they kicked me out of my own presidency.
I think I got my eyes back. Maybe I need to like dim the screen. Maybe the screen.
Oh,
is
this
not-
will never end until we get Poland. The imperialists will try to scare you that that is communist. Oh, imperialists want to scare you that is communists want Poland. We do, for good reason. Poland is an arms dealer for America.
Mm.
Well, dealer, yeah, definitely customer for sure. Well,
Is
who isn't?
Poland like Poland isn't a part of NATO yet, correct?
I think they
I'm trying to
are.
remember.
Mia
Yeah.
Is
Brzezinski's
Poland
brother
already?
is
They're
the
already a part of
ambassador
Huh?
of Poland.
Who?
Yeah, I think Turkey was the one that they
Girl
worked
from
on for a
Joe-
long time, and now they're trying to get Ukraine.
Morning Joe. Mika. Her brother is
What
the
are you saying? Wait, what are you saying?
I'm
Mika
saying Mika
Brzezinski- what's her-
Brzezinski's brother is
Brzezinski?
ambassador of Poland. They have been trying to do what you just asked. You just asked if they were a part of NATO.
Yeah.
Mika Brzezinski brother is in there to smooth it and make it right so they can do that kind of
So
shit.
they're not a part of NATO.
That's what I'm
yet?
thinking. That's my thoughts.
Can you look it up, please?
See, mom knows.
What?
Mother mine, our nose.
Yeah.
Oh,
It would not surprise me if he was just petty enough to say F the Dems, because I've been saying F the Dems for quite a while. So maybe me and Joe have something in common now. Oh, there's Nico.
oh, okay, my bad.
I love
so
Nico, but I want you to know that he's former military intelligence. Just putting that out there.
He's what? He's what?
Former military intelligence. Just
Oh, is he?
saying. Yeah,
Well,
I'm just saying.
Wasn't Kit also?
He was military, but I
But not
don't.
military
he
intelligence.
was no, he was infantry. This guy
Oh,
was
I
a
see.
guy that was, I don't know what he was doing. Could have been something completely benign. Don't know.
Okay. I
But
mean, it's good to
Just want
know.
to put that out there. Yeah,
It's good
I'm
to
just
know.
saying. I don't trust anybody, so I
Yeah,
just
yeah, it is good to know. He was repping for Bernie. I don't know. You never know.
I hope he took a turn for the better.
Well, let's listen to what he has to say, and then we could come on
Poland is a
on
part
the
of
other side. So
I will
Poland is a
100%
part-
give
Sorry,
I'll 100% give him the benefit of the doubt on this one.
Wait a minute.
So Poland is a part of NATO.
No, they got some conflicting bullshit stuff on the internet. One thing says no reason since Poland is already a NATO member. Then the next one says, what is
Look
the
at the
reason
dates.
for Poland not joining NATO yet?
Look at the dates.
I'm looking at the dates. The one that said that Poland was already a member is July 2024. Now this one,
It looks like they joined in 1999.
but that was I'm saying the article was
Well, who they just let in
before.
what, Finland or Norway, one of those. I think they just let
Poland
Norway
is a
in
member
a
of
year
NATO.
ago.
Poland has not been invaded by Russia.
No, it hasn't.
Ukraine is not a member of NATO, and Ukraine has been invaded.
Oh, now you're gonna
That's-
fact check me.
That's court. Yeah.
And you see how it says
See,
Washington?
now if I was Kamala, you wouldn't be
Yes.
checking me in real
Yes,
time.
Jacqueline. Tulsi endorsed Trump. Yes.
She helped him with the debate, supposedly. Did a shitty job, obviously, but I don't know.
It's been
I guess
the
it's-
greatest economy that anybody's ever seen. When I
Although
was
it-
president, everything was the greatest, the best.
How do you prep somebody for a basketball game when they're playing
Thank
3-on-1?
Yeah. Rondo, that's what I thought, that they joined that's what I said. They joined in 1999. Like at first I was like, wait, are they a part of NATO? But they did join.
Yeah, they would probably join a lot sooner, but we promised that we wouldn't go any farther east. NATO wouldn't go any farther east than East Germany, and of course that went by the way, which is
And,
why we're in the
the lie
position we're at
detector-
now.
Like Maury would say, the lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Yeah.
Trump is his favorite Trump. Okay, well, we're about to watch him, so let me see what Bad Cookie
Yeah.
says. It was so strange to watch Nico House rail against the corruption. Can you read that? I don't know what's going on.
It was so strange to watch Nico House rail against the corruption and audacity of the MIC and turn around and stump for Tulsi.
Hmm.
Cookie's got it. Cookie's got it. Yeah, it's well, and just Tulsi herself being all, oh, I don't want to see any over the horizon warfare, but boots on the ground, she doesn't mind killing. She just doesn't want it to be upfront and personal. She wants to keep those jobs. It's all about unemployment rates. She doesn't want machines to take over our military jobs.
Look how bad they are.
All right, let's give you those due.
Okay.
I will listen with an open mind this time.
Uh-oh.
Right.
Well, I can't read that. All right, so let's
Go ahead, let you do this. Since you wanna go ahead and keep
Yeah, Rondo, they tend to stick together.
Go ahead and go.
Okay, so it says, how did a man found guilty of having weapons of mass destruction, having radical social media posts, who has been on Fed's radar for at least 2 decades, end up getting close to almost take out Trump? Somehow Ukraine is connected again. Okay, so
Color me shocked.
let's
Someone tried to take out Trump again. And normally in these situations, we would say the information isn't adding up, and that's strange. But it's more strange that all the information is actually adding up, and the mainstream media is saying absolutely nothing about it. So Donald Trump, who should basically be Tiger Woods with his driver at this point, as much as he be out golfing, was out getting another 18 holes in, and this guy, Ryan Ruth, was peeking out from the bushes with the AK-47. Fortunately for Trump, he was taken out by Secret Service before he ever got a shot off. It's times like this where you're like, damn, if only we could have known. We could have prevented him from even getting that close. Yeah, except we could have known and probably didn't know, because he's been in the eye of the federal government for at least a decade after getting caught with a weapon of mass destruction in 2002. But don't fret, everybody, because that gruesome, cruel sentence of probation that they gave him assuredly helped him learn his lesson. Now, maybe if his name was Saddam and he was living in, I don't know, Iraq, the federal government, the Justice Department would have taken this a little bit more seriously. And some people are even going to call us crazy for thinking that this is something we should need to bring up. But this man literally had more weapons of mass destruction than Saddam Hussein. Saddam got invaded and killed. This man got probation. Lord, baby Jesus.
No bayonet for him.
You would expect that a felon who got caught with weapons of mass destruction would be a little bit more closely observed. But instead, this man was actually unhinged and directly tied to the Ukrainian government, making appearances, attempting to recruit mercenaries to fight in the war in Ukraine. I
want to stop this so I can read this part. Suspected would-be Trump assassin Ryan Routh, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, has made many appearances attempting to recruit mercenaries to fight for Ukraine. In May 2022, that's the video we watched a while ago, he was in an Azov battalion promotional video. So that's the Nazi wing of the part of the military.
Black Sun.
The year after, he appears on J.D. and Stream. I don't know who that is. Do you know? J.D. and Stream on a college campus. I don't know who that is. Maybe
J. Dion. I think he was he's supposedly got money from Russia. He's a Putin puppet.
Okay.
Don't quote me.
Oof. Okay. So I'm gonna go back. So now I'm gonna go back a little bit, and then
Directly
Here we go.
tied to the Ukrainian government making appearances attempting to recruit mercenaries to fight in the war in Ukraine. This isn't some random guy from a high school. This is somebody who actually has worked and has connections for the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense and has been to Ukraine to help organize and recruit volunteers on behalf of their government. Now, might I just say how weird it is that most felons in the US can't even drive without being bothered by cops for something that they've done in the very distant past. But this man can fly across the world and recruit people on behalf of a foreign government without any problems whatsoever. So you're telling me yet another shooter that has some interest directly or indirectly involved with Ukraine tried to take Trump out again. And that's not suspicious to y'all? You have to remember, Trump's stance on Ukraine is pretty clear. He wants nothing to do with the situation anymore. He also doesn't like NATO. NATO knows this to such a degree that they put in place strategic policies and personnel to quote unquote Trump-proof aid from the United States to Ukraine. And I, like yourselves, being curious and wanting to go down this rabbit hole, decided, let me go check my man's Twitter account out. Yeah, it turns out that X.
can I just say something real quick about this this part? Okay. I'm gonna play it again, and then we could talk about it.
Out.
Oh, before I do that, I want to say, welcome, Gray Walker, join third party. Yeah, we're post-duopoly over here, so I've heard.
Yeah, I'm definitely not as Trumpy as Nico is here.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. We can talk about it on the other side. Okay.
Suspicious to y'all? You have to remember, Trump's stance on Ukraine is pretty clear. He wants nothing to do with the situation anymore. He also doesn't like NATO. NATO knows this to such a degree that they put in place strategic policies and personnel to quote unquote Trump-proof aid from the United States to Ukraine. And
Okay, I'm just gonna put the picture back up. So what do you think about that part? Look at John Bolton. What do you think about that part?
I don't know how would you bypass the President of the United States? I mean, couldn't he veto anything that came out of, so they're making laws now that are going to be retroactive for 2025 and 2026? Is that what I'm not sure how that's going to work, but I'm sure that they've got enough lawyers in Washington, D.C. that they can figure it out.
So this is from April 2024 when NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg this week unveiled a $100 billion 5-year fund for Ukraine, which he pitched to alliance foreign ministers in preparation for the July annual summit.
That's a old
number of-
picture.
What?
It's Angela Merkel. What this picture got to do with that?
That's a good point.
I'm pretty sure Cookies is talking about Tulsi there.
I was just talking about this picture
Yeah.
in the article. That's Angela Merkel, and that's an old picture.
Yeah, she hasn't been in there for a minute.
You've been in there for a while. That's a good point. Okay. Well, let me finish reading and then we could see. Okay. A number of pundits and publications immediately saw through it. NATO leadership is ultimately seeking to Trump-proof support for the Ukraine war and fears the GOP frontrunner will take the White House after November, after which he expected to, probably like stop billions for Ukraine. Can you check this dude by Tyler Durden? Do you mind? She's
That's got to be a pen name. He can't really be Tyler Durden, can he?
I don't know. Yeah, can you look
Tyler,
into that?
who?
It's Fight
Tyler
Club.
Durden from Fight Club.
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
that makes
That
it
is
not
not
real
from the Fight
whatsoever.
Club, is it?
This shit ain't real.
No, what was this? What was it? It was
That's who we played.
Can you look it up?
Look what up. You asked me 3 things.
nah, that's all right. That's all right. We'll keep
Tyler
going.
is the character that played in Fight Club.
But his last name was Durden?
Yes. Or it's similar to it. I promise. What do you want me to look up? Like which one? The what?
Just look. Look for me, please. Admin.
I don't know if he's got a chemical burn on the back of his hand. I'm calling bullshit.
I want to look up this article. And Tyler Durden's name. Okay, so Brad Pitt was Tyler Durden in Fight Club. So that
Well, technically, so was Ed Norton. But well, oh, spoiler alert!
Thanks.
If
you haven't seen Fight Club yet, it's on you.
Yeah, that's on them.
I know, but I didn't remember that was I didn't recall that. But can you look up this this claim about the Trump proofing? So we can go back to that at the end.
Rondo says it's a pen name. I'll go with that. I don't think
Yeah, it's a
anybody's
pen
really
name.
named Tyler Durden. If his
All
real
right,
name's
we're
Tyler
gonna-
Durden, my real name's Mastermind Hour.
You just have to like be able to recall those names like that. I wasn't thinking about Fight Club when I read that. That's
How
messed
many
up.
times a day do you think about Fight Club?
Exactly.
Pledges long-term support for Ukraine. Trump proof support for Ukraine.
Can you send it to me in private chat? We'll play it. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and then we're gonna play this to see if these claims are true.
Take us home, Nico.
Take us home, Nico.
Now to quote unquote Trump proof aid from the United States to Ukraine. And I, like yourselves, being curious and wanting to go down this rabbit hole, decided, let me go check my man's Twitter account out. Yeah, it turns out that X, after the assassination attempt, decided to suspend Ryan's account. Now, I might not be an expert on investigations or nothing like that, but ain't y'all a little late? The only thing that this could help serve is to hide vital information that may or may not have appeared on his account from the public eye. Like I said, it's not strange because nothing's adding up. The problem is that everything is adding up, and the sum seems to be that the government may be involved in some way, form, or fashion. So between 2 assassination attempts and all this information readily available for the mainstream media to publish, but yet they continue to refuse to publish it, and Elon deciding to block this man's account so that we don't have access and can't actually do our due diligence as journalists, and that somebody in Ukraine might be pulling some strings here in the United States to make sure they don't have to deal with the consequences potentially of a Donald Trump presidency. Now, I don't know about for y'all, but that math is mathing way too much for my taste.
I would call him a conspiracy theorist if it wasn't for the fact that Kamala Harris is backed by all of corporate America right now. The fact that corporate America doesn't want Trump makes me take a second look.
Off topic. Nico has a very interesting fashion sense.
Yeah. the nose ring ain't fooling me. He's gonna vote Trump.
I mean, like, I'm just like, bro.
Yeah, see that it's almost so it's too over the top. I'm sorry. I know everybody here loves Nico House. I just, I'm suspicious by nature. So I ain't saying he's bad. I'm saying I'm just watching it.
Okay. So the dude didn't get one shot off.
See, and that makes me even more suspicious that they saw his gun, a black gun, pointing through a fence and some bushes from 300 yards away. He never got any shots off, but there were shots fired, obviously by Secret Service. But obviously, he's close enough to see, but not close enough to hit with a gun, because they didn't shoot him. They fired shots, but they didn't hit him. I swear to God, these Secret Service people should be on Star Wars. They should be wearing stormtrooper uniforms the way they shoot.
So Sean says that Nico, he's a rapper? Like what?
I could see him rapping, sure. Why not? He's got a voice. He's got a decent voice. I mean, he doesn't squeak when he talks. Which,
Yeah, I would see Roman, the other dude. What's his name? Roman from RBN. Ronan.
Oh, yeah.
I could see him being an angry rapper before Nico.
Okay, so I'm gonna open this private chat. I had to move I'm looking this way because I'm realizing I need bifocals. Jesus fucking Christ. I was told I need them, but I didn't want to get them. If I strain my eyes too long, I start to feel it. Okay, I'm trying to get past the YouTube so we could play this this video. To either that confirms, does it confirm? Okay, let's see.
while we're waiting, I just want to ask everybody in chat, does anybody think that this is just a lone gunman legit? Or do you think this is, Lee Harvey Oswald in the Swampy Knoll?
I would love to get their opinions.
Let's have a little civilian discourse here.
Mm-hmm. In fact, should we ask them to come on and say their opinion, or just throw it in the chat?
Just throw her in the chat. We're already at
Chat. Oh, we're already at
hour 40.
Yeah, that'll be too long. All
We'll be here for 3 hours if we.
Like we did last time.
Right. I still have to cook dinner for the fam.
Oh yeah. Okay, here we go.
International Affairs editor Ketavan Gojestani to unpack what's at play.
Wait,
Ketavan, we've recently had meetings between UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer and the US President Joe Biden discussing the future of Ukraine's ability to use these long-range missiles. The US hasn't exactly changed its policy yet.
It's so cute they think Biden
But
has
they
anything
are
to do
seeming to
with it.
slowly open the door for that possibility.
This doesn't have anything to do with it.
Biden, yeah, he was talking about how Biden was talking. I was like, oh, it's cute. They still think Biden's in charge.
You told me to be quiet when I was trying to tell you. Okay.
All right, so Black Life says it's too perfectly planned. I like what you said about Nita Spice after the debate.
Pet scandal. Right. They eating the dogs. They eating the cats.
Your cats, dogs.
I do want to say that I think it's probably a really good thing that Trump got his golf game up as good as it was so he could avoid the IEDs and the sand traps that he set out for himself. He had to go to his backup plan. His plan B was bullets.
Gray Walker says they agreed to trust no one. I agree with that too.
You can trust, but verify. Make sure you know. Make sure you do your due diligence on who you're getting the message from.
Well, I think you start with the government is lying to us, so let me figure out how.
Right. Follow the money. That's usually the quickest and easiest way. Find out who's going to benefit, who's going to profit, and figure out how they're lying to you.
Mhm. If the last one caused high alert, how could this even happen again? Nahilo says the problem with trusting no one is paranoia is fundamentally an unhealthy state of mind. I don't think that makes me paranoid. It just makes me vigilant.
Right. That's where the trust but verify comes in. You can believe them if you can verify what they're saying and it makes sense. But once things start going sideways, then that's when it's time to figure out, digging in a little deeper to who's telling the story.
J.D. Vance admitted to making the Springfield pet story up.
Yeah, I saw it. There was
What?
That's the pet eating cats, eating the dogs. There was some lady on Facebook that was pissed off because one of these, and it wasn't even illegal. It was somebody that was protected status, and they slammed into a school bus, hurt 20 kids, and killed one of them. So now the whole town is pissed off at the immigrants because 20% of the town, is it 20? Something like that, is now immigrants. So that's putting such a huge strain on schools and, just the public resources. And the people started figuring that out. So then this lady, just being who she was, said, I heard my neighbor's sister's kids say that they ate our cat. And she put that on Facebook, and that blew up. It just blew up. She was just telling her 6 friends or whatever. And then now, since then, she's retracted, saying, oh, I was just talking shit. I wasn't being serious.
You could put that back up so Mastermind can read it.
The thing to remember is that even the people you trust can make mistakes. Doesn't necessarily make them untrustworthy if they make those mistakes in genuine good faith. And that's a good point, because if I hear something and then I just repeat it without, doing my due diligence, I can repeat what I think is the truth, but all I'm doing is just repeating another lie. But that doesn't necessarily make me a liar. It just makes me gullible.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for people to tell us what they think.
Still haven't seen anybody chime in. Somebody tell me, you think this is real? Do you think he's a lone wolf? Or do you think he's BlackRock? Do you think he's a corporate plant? Or is he CIA?
How do we go into Iraq for weapons of mass destruction that they claim they had and never found? And we invade an entire country, but this man was caught with weapons of mass destruction and gets probation.
Yeah, no.
That ain't sus.
It doesn't get on a no-fly list. He wasn't. He obviously flew to you. He didn't flap his arms to get you Ukraine. So, I don't know anybody that could have. I mean, even if you had a felony weapons charge, they would probably put you on a no-fly list. So I don't know how you could. And I want to know what those weapons of mass destruction were. Does that include like anthrax and chemical weapons, or was he, did he have a bunch of hand grenades and missile launchers in his basement?
Cobra, I stopped talking about politics on Facebook. I had to dial it down, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep Facebook for lightheartedness.
Yeah, that's what.
Because they're gonna ban me if I keep talking.
Better half hour was giving me shit about talking about voting for Jill Stein because she saw interview or something on Facebook with her, and she had a live on Facebook, and she had fewer viewers than Tin Rabbit Podcast. So and I get her point where she's completely unserious if she can't pull 20 people to a Facebook live. But my response was, I didn't know anybody did a Facebook live. I realized that Facebook is still a thing, but I didn't think anybody actually used it
they
for
go
more than
Facebook live.
Yeah, I thought it was just for cat videos and pictures of your food and shit.
Anybody heard about Shannon Sharp going live?
That was Instagram. That wasn't Facebook.
I thought it was Facebook Live.
It was Instagram.
Still live.
Can you pull up
Yeah.
that bad cookies again?
The only thing I've ever seen Facebook Live used for is when people get pulled over and they want to stick the camera up in the cop's face.
See, bad cookies, I can't trust you no more. I can't even trust you.
See, but Cookies, that's the story, is he didn't get a shot off. He didn't even get a shot off. They saw his gun through the fence from 300 yards away.
Hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I guess
3 to 5. you said.
yeah, they could have drones up there maybe and whatever. But yeah, they just walked up on him and he ran away and jumped in his car and drove away. I mean, yeah, it is completely Keystone Cops. I don't buy any of it. Either we have the most incompetent Secret Service or they are working against him. And I'm guessing.
Or they are trying to hype him up. Because
Oh, yeah, working with him. Right.
with
yeah.
him.
Yeah. Right.
Because if Kamala wins, if she wins, who's going to be watching TV to
Well,
watch Kamala?
and
Is
this
anybody
whole
going to care?
Yeah, this whole thing could be one Secret Service firing 4 shots up into the air, and that's it. Now that guy might have been there, might have not, who knows? But all they had to do was make enough noise for somebody to call the cops, and then all of a sudden they got their bad guy. Now they're going to take him to jail. I mean, this guy's obviously been a pain in somebody's ass. So
Not much.
could it be the Trump team wanting to get rid of this guy for being crazy and going to Ukraine and trying to get African immigrants to join the Ukrainian army? It's just so convoluted. It's hard for me to buy anything.
That's that's very interesting. You join this army and you'll get citizenship. Join the Ukraine army, and when you come back, you'll get citizenship in America. That's interesting.
Well, and that's the thing is this. I don't know how this guy was recruiting anybody, because supposedly he was over there on his own dime. He felt the urge to go to Ukraine to do his worldly, it's not even patriotic duty, his worldly duty, because he's fighting good versus evil. So he's doing his goodly duty to spend his own money to fly to Eastern Europe to recruit. It's just so stupid. I can't even spit it out.
It's the probation part for me.
Yeah, right? Yeah, there's no way he would. How could he get there?
Like, where did he work?
This was definitely not a lone wolf thing.
Where did he work? Where does he get his money from? What's going on? Like, I need answers.
Well, I think from building a tiny home in Hawaii, he built that one tiny home. So
Was that
houses go for a
a
lot in
business?
Ukraine. Yeah, I don't know. Supposedly, or it was at least a shell front.
Hawaii is expensive as hell.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure he could probably get $100K for that tiny home. But then what?
Yeah, it's just all too suspicious for me.
It's not like the Home Depot has 99-cent 2x4s in Maui. Everything's expensive there.
And you know how much money mainstream media is going to make if Trump becomes president versus Kamala?
Right.
Nobody's trying to watch Kamala.
Well, yeah, and that's the funny thing. Like Elon Musk, he's screwed both ways, because if he goes for Kamala, then all they're going to do is shut YouTube down with the Patriot Act, or shut X down with the Patriot Act. And if he goes with Trump, Trump's not a big Elon Musk fan either. So I don't see Twitter is kind of in a no-win
Trump's not a
situation.
big Elon Musk fan.
No, Elon booted him off of Twitter.
No, that wasn't Elon. That was a dude before him.
Well, yeah, but yeah, I guess you're right. I guess
Yeah.
maybe they kissed and made
Musk
up.
interviewed Trump.
Yeah, but he hasn't been back. Of course, he hasn't really been on his True Social either, but I think that was just a huge. Turns out that was just a huge grift as well.
True Social.
Yeah,
That's an echo chamber.
yeah, for sure. Well, that's what they like, though.
I should go get an account and see what they're talking about over there.
Yeah. Thank you,
No, thank
Rondo. 750K for a tiny home, and that sounds right. Yeah, I was going off 1987 numbers.
So that brings. I'm not changing the subject. I'm just gonna throw this out here. That brings us back to we need to revisit Maui. So
Yeah, maybe
But
next week we'll have a yeah, especially after watching Oprah. I just saw another video of Oprah simping for Kamala, and she looks like crap. She looked good during the lineup. I think her.
what?
Oh, you talking about Oprah?
Yeah.
Yes.
I just heard her scream out. So I have these headphones on. I
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah, she doesn't look as good as she did when she was standing next to the rock right after the fire. I think that she was trying to raise all that Lahaina money for her
That's because people been getting on her ass.
her adrenaline habit, and now that her adrenaline is drying out, I think she got cut out of the picture.
Black Life seems. Excuse me. Black Life feels like she's looking bad because of the backlash she's received. Is getting to because she's very self-absorbed.
She got backlash because of that. What's that movie she made with Taraji?
Yes,
Color
Taraji
Purple.
Henson.
Color Purple, yeah, that's the only thing I've ever
She
seen.
remade that, and she got she lost money supposedly, and she got a lot of backlash.
The remake.
Yeah,
there was a remake, right?
It was a remake.
I
A lot
didn't
of
even
people
see it.
didn't like it because they stuck to the original version,
Right.
and they were trying to create a lot of drama between her and Taraji because Taraji was saying she wasn't fairly paid by her, and then she tried to come back and save face. That's like the last big thing I heard about her, and also, of course, her hating black men.
Or what?
Her hating black men. Trying to get
Ooh.
Russell Simmons, trying to get R. Kelly, trying to get all these black celebrity men, and while she's letting, what's the dude that got arrested for Weinstein get away and scot free? Like, there's a lot of hatred toward her in the black community, social media wise.
Well, maybe that's why she looks so bad.
Yeah.
Or it could be when she tripped on stage.
It's eating at her.
Nah. I think she's still trying to recover from that scam she ran on the Lahaina kids, or on the raising money with The Rock, and
Yeah.
I still don't know where that money went to.
And why her
That
property
and
was so protected.
also the black community is really pissed at her about those that first because you built a school in Africa, and they were like, well, shit, we got communities right here in America that aren't doing well. Why didn't you build a school here for black children? And then when all those girls was like getting disappeared from her school,
Mm-hmm.
sex trafficked,
Mm-hmm.
they was all pissed off at her about that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe it's starting to take a toll on her. And yes, Rondo, Angela Rye is a whole jackass.
She just like, what's the dude name from? She have a show with the guy from Florida who was trying to run against DeSantis. It's three of them. It's Tiffany, the one that lost her job from MSNBC.
Tiffany Cross, Angela
Rye, and Gilly something. The dude that lost to
Gillian, the one who
got caught
with doing meth,
gay shit,
and having like a gay
he was
sex
in Florida.
affair in Florida
family
at a
man.
hotel. Remember
If
that?
you're talking about Florida man, you're gonna have to be a little more specific than that.
Somebody saying it. Bad
Can
Cookie
you look
saying
it up? Oh, Bad Cookie said, no, it's not Todd Gillum. His name
His
wasn't
name-
Todd.
No, not
Can you
Todd.
look it up, please? They in the Andrew Gilliam.
Andrew.
That's his name, Andrew Gilliam. The police leaked pictures of him. He
The
was like
father.
laying in his
The
throw up,
family man.
in the hotel, butt naked.
Time out.
Well, it was horrible.
Time out. Guess what? In the world of Tin Rabbit, he could have been drugged and planted like that.
Oh, 100%. Oh, absolutely.
He could have been
He
planted
wouldn't have
like
been the
that.
first
But that
one.
shit fucked him up
Absolutely
big
not.
time.
But that's not. But he admitted that
Of course he would. That's
okay.
you can't
He'd
trust
admitted,
nothing, man.
he'd admitted if they had something even worse on him that they would let go.
Yeah. And so he had to do it, like Bernie.
So I want to say hey to Fiddle Ford
Actually,
catalog.
Tosh, I think I have a couple pictures like of myself where I've been set up like that, where I passed out on the couch. And
Me
then
too.
somebody started drawing dicks on my forehead, putting sanitary napkins on my face, all that. Yeah, so I've
Yes.
been there. I know how that goes.
Oh my gosh.
That's why I never start drinking heavy until the end of the night, just so I can be there to the end.
Unless they got him like Marion Barry.
He was with a
Oh
Remember
yeah.
Marion Barry?
yeah. Well, I was about to go ahead.
No, I was just saying, unless they caught him and he admitted it like him, because that was the best admission of shit that I've, aside from Michael Irvin. That was the
Well,
best
and
admission
looking
of shit.
back, Mary Berry wasn't doing anything that they weren't doing in the White House anyway. He's
Right.
just the one that got caught.
That shit was so funny, man. I couldn't even believe it.
Here she is, Rondo.
Cookies.
She was so mad. She was so
Oh,
mad.
fucking Breakfast Club.
It's crazy.
Man,
Ooh, have you seen? You got to watch this.
I did, and that's what somebody was saying in their comments on their clips, that the Breakfast Club audience was roasting the Breakfast Club.
Yes, they were.
They got more people to vote for Jill Stein than Peter Dow ever did.
Ooh, she was so pissed. The way they were treating Jill Stein was ridiculous. Angela Rye, I wanted to just knock the taste out of her mouth. The
Well,
way
you
she
could tell she was coming with an agenda. It wouldn't have mattered. Jill could have said that you're the greatest woman, greatest podcaster that ever lived, and she'd tell her why she's wrong and how she, you know.
Yeah, wait, I don't know what's this about. Can you?
no,
Tell me
because
what's
it's
this
too
about?
long. Oh, I could tell you what it's about, but I can't
Yeah.
play it because it's too long.
Yeah, just
So, basically, what happened was Jill Stein came on the Breakfast Club.
recently.
Yes, Savvy Sabs covered it. He just says Savvy
Okay.
Sabs. We can watch it after this
Okay,
because I know you would want to see it.
I never even knew it.
Yeah, Jill Stein came on the Breakfast Club trying to, like get her point across. Angela Rye was there as a guest and was like trying to tear Jill
Look her
Stein
face.
a new one.
She
And
got her with a big gotcha question because Jill didn't have the
Yeah.
exact number of 462 Congress people. Jill's like, I don't know, 600. I don't want to count assholes either. I don't blame her.
I know.
They all
I
stink.
know,
I
she's
don't
like,
need to know if there's
I don't know
400
what
or
you're
600.
talking
They all
about.
smell like shit.
And I'm like, just because the lady don't, first of all, everybody has advisors. She doesn't have to know the number.
That's awesome, Sean.
That doesn't make any damn sense.
Right?
That makes them look even more ridiculous when they try to do dumb shit like that, and then it falls flat. I swear to me, that's the most beautiful part about seeing straight through them because it's desperate.
You ask Kamala Harris or Donald Trump without letting them know ahead of time. Surprise question them how many people are in Congress. And I'll bet you they don't even come close to as Jill did. And Kamala's a senator. I bet she doesn't know the number. $5 says Angela Reese votes Trump secret. Right? I don't even think she'll be that secretive. I bet in a month she'll start wearing her MAGA hat on the Breakfast Club.
No, she won't. She gets paid by the DNC.
Wow.
What is the name?
So did
of that,
Biden.
what is the name of the Angela Angela Wright, Andrew Gilliam, and
I don't know
The
what
name of the
their
show.
is.
they have a podcast.
It's something like Real Talk or Real Something, but they lie.
But they lying. Okay. Well, should we wrap up here?
Certainly. I think we've drained all the juice we're going to get out of this orange.
Oh, well, that was nobody wanted to say what they thought the second Trump assassination was real or fake.
That's all right.
Kind of disappointed, fam.
Well, it's still early. You know, nobody wants to go out on a limb yet
On
until
a
we get
limb
all
yet.
the evidence. I feel that. And, you know, I'm
True.
not afraid to just shoot my mouth off. I'm not afraid of being wrong. God, I
Yeah.
pray most of the time that I am wrong
the
because the
name
shit that
brand
goes through my head, I pray that I'm wrong. But
What?
unfortunately, I'm not as wrong as I wish I was.
Oh, it's called Native Land Podcast.
Native
What?
Land
Is
Podcast.
it-
No holds barred.
You sure it's called Native Land?
I've never heard of it.
Look,
That
if they
sounds
kept
kinda
that name, I'm
bold.
looking it up.
Oh,
Remember-
John spotted out. It's an op. Sean's with me. It was an op.
Thank you, Sean. We
I
could be
still think
wrong.
I still think they should comb those sand traps for IEDs.
Okay, so Rondo says, yeah, they had the audacity to name their podcast Native Land.
Hmm.
I
Wow.
mean,
That's
technically-
gutsy. I wouldn't have the balls to do that, but
That's
go
what it's
ahead.
called.
Well, technically, blacks were native to this land,
You
Yeah,
think
but
she
not-
was?
but not to do stuff like this.
Yeah, if she wants to bring up native issues, you know, more power to them. But I don't think that's where they go.
That's not what they do. I watched their show, and I'm just like, maybe one day we should pull up an episode and watch.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
game.
If you game, I
I'm
mean,
game.
if you, it's almost like watching an episode of Rachel. No, yeah,
Well,
MSNBC.
this Wednesday, Cookies and I are going to do, and Better Half Hour is going to do
Good night,
medical
Jacqueline.
malpractice on Tin Rabbit. But then the week after that, we're going to switch it up. We're going to do Political Science Theater 3000. So we're-
like
so-
like that what was it
Memphis
called?
Mystery Science Theater.
Mystery Science Theater.
So we're going to do Political Science Theater 3001. And instead of doing old crappy movies, we're going to do old crappy C-SPAN and political stuff. And we're just going to rip on them. So we'll
Oh,
have,
that's gonna be funny.
yeah, we're going to have more chance to make jokes because when we do Tin Rabbit, it's usually sad, scary shit that pisses you off. So
Oh, that's gonna be hilarious.
yeah, we're going to
Black-
switch gears.
Black Life, you know what you're doing tomorrow?
Yeah.
Go ahead and let the people know.
Can you find me about a minute?
Huh?
Can you find me about
Can I find you a violin?
a minute? Yeah. Can you find me a minute?
The
I can play one.
smallest violin in the world.
Okay, while you pulling that up, so Thursday. Is there a dog?
Yeah, that was mine.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
That was
What's your dog's
Foxy. Foxy Brown.
Foxy Brown.
I got Foxy Brown and I got Miles Davis over here somewhere.
I love it.
That's too cute. I don't think you had cats.
Miles is Foxy's dad.
Oh, that's sweet.
And then the cat's Alfred Pennyworth. He's a tuxedo cat, so he
Okay,
looks
I
like
knew
he's
you
wearing a
had a cat.
tuxedo. Yes.
Okay.
Batman's butler, Alfred Pennyworth.
That's the butler.
Batman's
Look.
butler.
Look, Wanda throw up some violins for you.
Let me see. I can see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
thanks. Yeah, Cobra. Yeah, they're definitely fat enough that we could eat
I
off them
always
for a
got
week.
Trump said it's cool.
Yeah.
Which actually, I mean, we talked about this.
What's that?
People only in America, United States of America rather, and maybe Canada, Only think it's weird because we have dogs and cats as pets.
Right.
But, other people
Well,
eat 'em.
and that's what if they started saying, "Oh, they're eating the ducks and geese." And it's like, well, we've been eating ducks and
Okay.
geese for centuries.
I
right?
love duck. Duck is
Duck
delicious.
orange.
Duck
Goose is a little greasy
delicious.
for me, but it's definitely edible.
Duck is kind of greasy too.
Yeah, a little bit.
I never
but-
had geese. You know, in Long Island, well, Astoria rather. That's Long Island, which is Queens. I went to this West African restaurant. My mom came to visit me, and I wanted to take her to something different. And wait, hold on one second before you do that. I wanted to take her something different, and I ate goat brains. Goat brains.
Ooh.
I saw it on the menu. I said, let me give me some of them goat brains.
Right?
And it
I've
was-
seen chitlins, but I've never had it. But I know. Ooh, and then I remember the only other brand I saw. Did you ever see those old movies, Faces of Death?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I don't. But there was it was like a 7-movie series, and it was just basically, and this was like in the early 80s, so it was like every gruesome death ever caught on video, and they put it all on a VHS collection. But one of them was they would take a monkey and put him in the middle of a table and put a collar around him, and then crack him open and eat the brains. It's like, sorry, that made me vegan for like 2 months.
It was actually quite delicious.
Oh yeah, I mean chitlins pig brains a thing, but
What? No, chitlin is
Chitlins is guts.
That's
gut.
that's the
Yeah,
that's
what's
the
the
colon.
brain?
That's
Somebody
the colon of a
somebody in
pig.
chat's gonna know what they call the brains. Anyway,
Chitlins is what it should is at, brother.
Now you're making me think of that band Bad Brains.
yeah,
Remember them?
yeah, oh yeah.
I
They were
hate
kinda-
brains.
They were
Hi,
more punk, weren't
Wesley.
they?
Yeah, they were punk rock,
Yeah,
a black punk rock
sweetbreads.
group. Sweetbreads.
I think that's what they call it. Is Mother Mindauer in there? Because I think she would know. I don't know. Anyway, it's not important. But yeah, I think they called it sweetbreads. That was the brains.
Hi, Wesley.
Ugh.
So
But yeah, I won't
wanted
eat the
to go
brains and I
back-
don't eat the testicles. That's just kind of a rule for me.
Oh, the mountain oysters.
The Rocky Mountain oysters.
Mhm.
Quick fact before we get out of here. I grew up in the Midwest and my best friend lived on a pig farm. And so they would have every year they'd have to neuter the pigs. And the guy that would do it would have a bucket of water and he'd cut it, rinse it off, and pop it in his mouth. Yeah.
Raw.
Tartar. Yes. Yes.
Speaking of tartar, Sean says, can I put this up real quick? No human brains allowed. Sorry to break it to
True
you.
story. I just made Better Half Hour throw up in her mouth a little bit, I think.
Hi, Better Half. So speaking of tartar,
She says she's
Sean-
Sicilian, they eat eyeballs.
I eat fish eyes.
Ooh, okay. Come on, I gotta make dinner and I can't make
Please.
dinner if I can't
What-
eat.
In Jamaica, they'll fry the whole fish. Fish eyes are
Oh, yeah.
very good for you.
Oh yeah.
The protein in them.
A lot of places that's the first thing they eat is they suck those out first.
I do.
Okay.
So she said pate is when I went to Paris this one time. One of my friends, she was a chef in Paris, and she wanted to go to this restaurant she's always wanted to try because they're so fancy and whatever. They're expensive, but she's like, well, we might as well do it this time since you're here. And they put out like 3 different pates. I didn't like any of them.
Well,
Pate is not my thing.
if you don't like liver and onions, you're not gonna like pate.
Mm-mm.
Now
It was not my
Brunchwagger, I will eat me some Brunchwagger. I do like that.
What's that? How you laughing?
We've already talked about Brunchwagger, haven't we? Yeah, it's kind of like a pate.
I can't say shit about chitlins. It's all shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you laughing at him? I mean, you know, hey, do what you do, baby.
Right. Hey, no judgment here. It's
No judgment
judgment-free
here.
zone. Judgment-free zone.
Fiddlefish says, hey, same difference. It's cool. Good point. Okay, so let me put up your thing so you can say what you're talking about tomorrow.
So tomorrow, I'm going to have
Tomorrow.
an interesting show. Dr. I can't pronounce his name correctly.
Jawanza.
I'll say it
to
right.
me. I'll pronounce it.
My friend dared me to get it correct tomorrow. I will have it properly pronounced.
It's
tomorrow.
not that hard.
It's not that hard. I just be making fun.
If you could say Tchaikovsky,
Yeah, I can tell that.
then
But
you could
tomorrow
say his
I
last
want
name.
to talk about who leads the Black community in action, doing shit, business, education, health, finance, science, and what are they actually doing? I want to take a flashback to someone that I learned a lot about being Black and having pride, and that's Dr. Jawanza. So we'll talk
You
about
won't
that
say his
tomorrow.
last name.
I'm not. So also, I'm going to hopefully have some more music from the boot for all of my people that chime in. Hopefully, I have some new cool music to share with you from the
Yeah,
boot.
last week your music was slapping.
Yeah, they have some new updated music. Those artists, they were like, oh, I said they really like what you did. So they were all excited. So they're going to give me some new music. And plus,
Awesome.
I'll reach out to some other people. So hopefully it'll be fun. Thank you.
So tune in tomorrow right here at 5 p.m. Central.
I'll be here.
And thank you for your support. Then go to the 10 Rapid Podcast on Wednesday at 8 Central. And
Yep.
then come back over here to Abby Do, Abby Don't on Thursday at 5 Central with myself and Naila Nordstrom. We actually don't know what we're going to be talking about. We try to wait till we get closer. The stuff is
There may
happening
be
so
another
fast.
assassination.
Right. Yeah, whatever you're going to be talking about hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, Trump's
But-
gonna get assassination number 3 and 4.
But we also have like things that we want to delve into. So we don't know if we could like delve into a specific topic or just like wait for the stuff to go down. And yeah.
Gray Walker's got a good
News,
point
man.
there.
News.
And a lot of our sicknesses, we don't take for granted that it's parasitic infections, just like a lot of the times you get the flu and you don't realize it's food poisoning. A lot of the shit that makes us sick is actually parasitic infections. So that's why they wouldn't let us take ivermectin during the I word during the C word.
The I word during the C word. So Gray Walker, horse tranquilizer.
Yeah.
Gray Walker, I do have a segment that myself and Nahilo will probably be covering in the near future about food and how it is affecting our daily lives. Just a precursor. I want to talk about the appeal, AP, I think it's EEL, with Bill Gates.
Oh, the food covering. Yes. A peel. Yeah. Right.
APL.
Yes. That,
Mm,
Bill Gates trying to kill everybody.
amongst some other things.
and that's the effed up thing is they can put that on organic fruit.
Yeah, he
Mhm.
trying to
Consider
kill you every which
organic.
way.
Mhm.
They just don't want you to live. Can you get that through your head?
So,
They just don't want you here.
Well,
so-
stop being a worthless eater and there'd be more room for everybody.
No, they want us here. They just don't want us to survive as long.
Man, they don't want us.
Right. Yeah, they want us to die by 67 so they don't have to pay Social Security.
If you don't have good health care, you ain't making it to 67.
Right. That's the plan. That's the feature.
Not the bug.
Not the bug.
All right, so we are going to be out of here. Thank you so much for hanging around with us and sticking around. We really appreciate you. We consider you our family. We love you.
Thank you,
And
everybody.
hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
Now I'm gonna keep doing the thumbs up like the crazy guy.
Oh my God!
I need a big.
You gotta put some
I
extra
need to
stuff
put a
on
big
your
knob
finger.
on my finger
Yeah,
with a big knob.
Keep doing this.
you look like a Dick Tracy character.
Throwing gang
Oh my
signs.
gosh.
He's throwing Ukrainian gang signs.
Hey, can I play this?
Can you play
Oh,
what?
never mind. I'll take it off.
Okay. All right, y'all. We out.
Pieces.